to Travel and Bang, baby.
This is Travel and Bang. I am Marky Bravo, the mulatto. Welcome to the jungle, motherfucker. We got fun and games. Real quick disclaimer, if you came here to have sugar and rainbows blowing up your ass, you view life as pink fluffy clouds, you are on the wrong channel. Disney World is that way. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I wanted to read an email that a gentleman has sent me, asked me to keep it anonymous, but I think it's very important for all men, especially in the United States of America, to listen to this. Just let me read it out and you can make your own judgment, or you find it boring, you can change to another channel. But men from other countries, because I do have a couple dudes who tune in to Travel and Bang from Europe, different countries in Europe. I think this affects you as well, because as the old Rammstein song called We All Live in America, we're all interconnected. This is a globalization of our cultures all coming together. So you're not going to be able to run from this. We need to discuss this, okay? The reader's question reads this. Marky Bravo, my long-term girlfriend and I broke up right before the pandemic hit, which was a real treat. I remember dating being fairly hard back in college, but it's extra difficult now. The apps are a nightmare. No one seems to have any real follow-through, and it also seems like people are less into randomly hooking up with someone they just met. But I can't tell if it's just my experience or if it's a broader trend. At first I thought it was just me off my game. But my coupled up friends keep dropping hints they're having less sex as well too. Is this a pandemic thing? Are other people having this weirdly hard time getting laid? This is crazy. Lord of mercy, like they say in Jamaica. So this is reality. Do not let any dating coach, any person out there who self-proclaims themselves to be a dating game guru, a life coach, make you think that no, you're just the one in the game losing. It's your fault. You know what I mean? You just don't understand women. You just haven't had enough positive experiences, and so you're just being a downer, a black pill downer guy. You know what I'm saying? Bitchy, whiny, MGTOW, shut up. Loser. Don't listen to these people, gentlemen. Don't listen to those type of people. Unsubscribe from that channel. Subscribe to mine. Here at Travel and Bang, you will have empathy. You know what I mean? I will be empathetic to the reality that's happening out there in the world, okay? So this is what's going on. We already discussed that these are very real experiences, okay? There's scientific research that actually shows all through the pandemic, you would have thought people were fucking like bunnies, you know, having more sex. No, they're having less sex, okay? Remember the hookup culture they kept telling you about when you're on Tinder, Bumble? Oh my God, there's this hookup culture. All the women and men, all they want to do is just hook up, want to have instant sex, and they don't want to have long-lasting, monogamous, long-term relationships, right? Remember that bullshit, that the propaganda they were putting out? Well, guess what? Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. Now, less people are having sex. Actually, it's really bad. Meaning out of 10 people, 8 people, men and women, are not having what they call, I think it was a scientific word, they said penile vaginal intercourse or whatever. They're not doing it. Now, there's also been a research done like, well, okay, maybe there's less penetrating sex, right? Disney penetrating through the punani type of sex, right? No, guess what? There is no increase in hand jobs, i.e. masturbation between two people meeting up, oral sex, or anything else borderline touching on sexual intimacy, sexual release, orgasm, okay? So altogether, internationally, they're even doing studies in Europe, Australia, in mainstream Asian countries, and they're seeing, especially, we all know about Japan. Ever heard about the herbivore movement? It's not more of a movement because they're not doing it on purpose. Herbivores, men who have no sexual interest at all in women. They're not gay, they're just not interested in sex, period. Okay? The herbivore. Look it up, Japan's herbivore issue. But this is spreading. Do you understand? I read in a different article, it could be different things. We're all turning into a depressed species because of these constant problems we have on the planet. But I don't believe that. I don't believe just because of the virus epidemic that shut down the world, and you know what I mean, now you have a horrible war going on in Ukraine. I don't think that's it. There's always been war. Humans, we are a warring species ever since the dawn of time, immemorial, if you want to say it like that, right? So I don't think that has something to do with it. I don't think a virus has anything to do with it. I remember when the AIDS was acknowledged to being real, and everyone freaked the fuck out, and everyone prophesized that people would just stop fucking, right? And guess what? A couple years later, 10 years later, people were fucking more than ever. But even worse, they weren't even using condoms. Even so, there was this looming demon called HIV in the room. They were still fucking. Now, this weird thing has happened within the last, I think in the last 6, maybe 8 years, okay? This not having a lot of sex shit has recently just happened, okay? And you could blame it, they're saying, on men's low testosterone. Okay, you can beat men down on the health issue, but you can also look at women, the complaints of the red pill awareness community, MGTOW, and all the very other black pill, all the other movements of men who just, they're incels. I'm gonna say it the way it is. They're involuntary celibate. Take away the insulting tone of incel. Okay, I'm saying this as men who would love to have lots of sex with a beautiful or even halfway attractive woman, but just can't because no women want to have sex. Okay, also living in Western society, most Western countries paying transactional sex, paying for procuring for sexual favors gets you arrested. Most police, law enforcement have a task force that specifically engages on arresting men for trying to procure sexual intimacy. You know, they claim that it's all about stopping human trafficking, but the reality is we all know that there are women who are not being forced to do that line of work. They just like doing that line of work. Human trafficking means you forcing somebody to be a prostitute against their will, and that is horrible. It's deplorable. I will not even argue against this. Horrible. But, I'm trying to say this is the societies we live in. Okay? So dating now is just gutter low. Men and women, we all fucking know it, especially men. You can be on Tinder, you can be on Bumble, and the success rate is just ridiculous. I also have seen a big change, you know what I mean? I'd say 2017 and before, I used to, honestly, it was just real easy. It was easy because there was just so many good looking women who just were horny and wanted to fuck. Now I'm starting to notice in the United States, I didn't say it when I travel, the United States, that women are not so receptive. Women seem to be using these dating apps for entertainment. You know what I mean? As soon as you go through a short conversation, a large number of them will unmatch, or they will just disappear and not respond. Now, this could also, no offense, be the corruption of the dating app industry. Like I already told you that they hire women, real people, to go on there and match with you on purpose and chat you up. So there's a bunch of dudes out there who feel like there's some hope out there. I might get some pussy, yay, right? And bots. Bots won't even respond to you, okay? These bots will just match with you and say yes, yay, no, and then just disappear, right? Won't say nothing. Well, this is a reality, okay? This is why going on dating apps now, because the dating industry has been corrupted by bots and employed people to chat you up, to give you hope, okay? It's $1 billion, maybe even borderline going into $1 trillion industry. Of course they have the funding to trick you, to employ large numbers of people to engage with you. You know, they're employed. They're not going to ever meet you up, by the way. Okay, so we have all these different things going on unless people are fucking. You know, I know there's women who hear that and go, so what? Nah. Fucking leads into long-term monogamous relationships or even non-monogamous long-term relationships. Fucking is an essential part of intimacy between two people. If there's less fucking, okay, there's less emotional connection. I've also always told everyone that don't think a fuck buddy stays a fuck buddy. If a man and a woman fucks long enough as fuck buddies, it will naturally evolve into a long-term monogamous relationship. Or if it's not monogamous, two people who truly, dearly have love for each other and want to be majority of their free time together, companionship. So that fear that women think also that being a fuck buddy, you know, hooking up won't lead to anything serious, it is not true. You know what I mean? It's the worst urban myth spread that fuck buddyism doesn't turn into anything. If you fuck someone long enough and you see them and you have a good time long enough, you become instantly over time a couple. It's you can't stop it. That's how it works. That's why hang out, have fun, hook up has always been the formula to having companionship, finding a long-lasting relationship, whether you like it, whether you're looking for it or not. But now we have a different, deeper culprit we need to really face. When you're on here too much and you're noticing there's no dates, there's no one, you know, there's nothing going on, no intimacy, no promise. This is from gentlemen, men and women out there. I'm talking to all of you. Then we need to back up. This is crack cocaine. This shouldn't be glued to our fucking brain. Okay? Don't believe Mark Zuckerberg with his metaverse shit. That'll even make things worse. We need to learn how to get back into fucking, into real life intimacy, and maybe going down on the dating apps if you are there and really try to give real life people we could have real life chemistry with a chance, a honest chance to get to know us, instead of just viewing it as a never-ending menu, like a fat girl, you know, looking at a never-ending donut menu. We got to stop doing that, people. Okay, that has been my rant. Yes, I'm gonna say it again. 8 out of 10 people are not fucking. Like the world, this is mind-blowing. This is crazy. This is crazy. I could go on and on about this. This is such mind-blowing. Do you realize that? I know the people out there who say, I get laid, I don't see what the problem is. Well, I guess you just lucky, motherfucker. Or I guess you just stayed with the same person for the last 15 years or whatever. Because that's what's going down in Funky Town. That's what's going down. This is very real. This is very real. This is why I preach travel and bang. The only way to loop out of it is, you know what I mean? Put some money to the side and travel somewhere else. But not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do what I do. So hey, people, let that marinate, okay? And don't be one of those, don't be a herbivore. Don't be one of these people. You know what I'm saying? And I think women are more guilty of it than men, okay? I think women are more guilty, I'm sorry to say it, than men. Okay, this has been Travel and Bang. Boo, 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 yeah, yeah. Let's go.